there's a different level of principle. Nowadays, where is that? These guys are almost like from a bygone era, because nowadays it seems like a lot of people, the general public doesn't even care that much about rats.
Yeah, and the rats are getting treated better than the stand-up guys. Just like I said in my one video, with I was comparing Alpo Martinez to Wayne Perry. You know, Alpo Martinez, he snitched on Wayne Perry. There's a lot of people that went out and bought a book that Troy Reed made on Alpo called "I Never Met Alpo." Boom. The sales is off the charts. A lot of guys say they hate rats, but they went out and got the book about a rat. But when it comes to Wayne Perry, no one paid money on his books. They spend money just to read a story about a rat, which was Alpo. But when it comes to Wayne Perry, no one's putting all this money on his books. Like, a lot of people treat the stand-up guy like crap. He's sitting behind bars, not getting money for commissary. People hitting his baby moms on the street. He's not getting nothing. They say, all they say is, hey, he's a stand-up guy. And then you got the rat that's around here that's getting booked for shows, that's getting all the fame. You know, a lot of people really supporting them, sending them cash apps. That's just how it goes.
I feel like there's just something more to it. Like, if you love the genre, the guys who are not the rats, the stand-up guys, the guys who stand up and take their lumps like a man and go to jail, they're the ones we like. I mean, if you think about it in a movie, it's like some lying, betraying, disloyal snitch. That's not the hero, right?
Exactly.
We got to set things right, man. I think that on our channels, I think you get the real stories, and I think we need to continue to tell these stories.
Well, you have to include the rats in it because that's a part of the game. Snitching is part of the game. You gotta cover the game from all angles. You gotta talk about the rat and then the snitching. You gotta talk about everything.
It's part of the story, right?
You gotta look at it as like, if it wasn't for like informants, we wouldn't really know a lot of things about this mob history. Like, as far as the mob genre, we wouldn't know nothing if it wasn't for the informants.
It's a larger story, it's like sometimes I think there's a lot of censorship in the world under the guise of whatever you want to call it. But, I think that, like, for instance, like, when you tell a story, there's good guys and there's bad guys. Like, and you can't like say, oh, the bad guys did bad things, and you can't censor that. You got to tell the whole story. You can't tell like the story of Star Wars without Darth Vader, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it have to be a good guy and a bad guy. Like you said, you can't tell a story without Darth Vader when it comes to Star Wars. You can't tell a crime story without rats. You can't tell a crime story without informants, like the police officers. It's just part of the game. He killed his brother-in-law for stealing money. I think Sammy the Bull was just people just to take what was theirs. Because every person he gained from. Like, he gained from every person he killed.
Oh yeah.
He took over their business. He took over everything that they had. So he used to go to John Gotti and lie to John Gotti just to get the okay to get rid of a person. And then once he get rid of that person, he gained something. He gained something from it.
Mm-hmm,
Whether it was a business or money or it was something, he always gained. So you really can't believe anything that this person says, because just like I said, Sammy the Bull, he's always the hero every time you hear a story. So he'd rather lie to law enforcement. Like, snitching is one thing, but you're lying and snitching? Yeah, that's horrible.
I wonder if there's a word for that when you're snitching but you're lying. I guess it's like super snitching.
A lot of people does it. Like, Sammy the Bull did it. It's like lying and rat. Like, a rat is going to lie to get himself off.
Right. That's right. I mean, that's what Joey Merlino has talked about that, because Joey talks about when he was going to be put into a cell with a known rat. He's like, put me in solitary right now. I'm not going to that cell, because that's all they need to do is get, like, when Joey was in prison, they stole his paperwork because they would be able to make up lies effectively. And all you really need is access to an internet connection, and you make up lies. I guess when you talk about ratting and snitching, what percentage of it, I wonder, is lies? Probably over 50%, right?
Yeah, because you would have to put yourself at, like, when Sammy the Bull testified against John Gotti, he had to put John Gotti at the crime scene, and John Gotti wasn't there.
That's right.
Allegedly.
That's right. And that's okay. And here's the funny thing, man. Who writes history? Who writes history? The story that we know of the Paul Castellano assassination is all basically coming from Sammy the Bull Gravano. And just because that was, you know, testimony in court, people take that as fact. But yeah, was John Gotti there? You think he was?
I don't know. He wasn't there.
Huh.
Why would he be there? Why? You
Right.
got to look at it. Why would he be there? If he's not shooting a gun or anything, why would he be there?
Right. Right.
And his son, it seems like his son don't really know shit neither, because when they made the John Gotti movie, it was basically stuff that we already know. So it's like, he didn't tell us anything. Every time he talks about John Gotti, he don't tell us anything that we don't know. And that was your father. So how much do you really know about him?
Dude, we live in a post-truth society. Like, who makes up the rules?